Now's the perfect time to realize that forgot to open up my model, and also forgot to unmute myself the first time I said that. It doesn't stop. What doesn't stop? Okay. There are mobile suits here. I'm good at starting streams. Oh, well, of course. Let's see. Okay, so let's start off with what would make more sense to start off with then. Yeah, look at those cool armored cores. Yeah, indeed. What would make more sense to start off with than the Wing Gundam itself? So for this design, I will say that, as usual with Kuno Ricardo line art, I don't really like his line art style, personally. The design's great. But the line art style... Oh, I would like to also to draw attention to my mouse cursor. Because it's great. But this area of the Buster Rifle I really like. The shoulders are definitely a highlight. The, like, cheek wing things. These thrusters on the back of the legs are really nice as well. Those chest ends make you want to throw up everywhere. Great, that's really rude. His side skirt's really nice. I like the chest vents. They're adorable. The machine cannons here are also nice. Wing Gundam, I think I'm going to put in a solid A tier. Maybe he'll get bumped up to S later, but for now he goes in A. Okay, Death Scythe. This actually has modified line art, by the way. Normally, this is in the normal line art. The beam scythe is just kind of like, great, by the way. And actually, let me see if I can. There, that should be better. And how does that look from this end? There. That's better. Okay. On the Death Scythe, the chest, the whole chest area and the shoulders, especially where this like yellow line ends up being kind of continuous with the stream is a little laggy. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Better give him A tier. Death Scythe probably will be A tier, and also welcome to the stream, Shots the Fat Raccoon. But yeah, his what's it called? Like A tier, great. Shoulders, especially with this ends up with a complete like continuous yellow line is nice. The beam scythe is just like it's one of the coolest weapons ever. You don't get cooler than it. The knees are also really nice. I really like the knees. And the head crest. In fact, I think I actually like it enough to give it S tier. Death Scythe is definitely a favorite of mine. And now the heavy arms. My favorite part of the heavy arms design is this part here. The like vent there. That's not even a vent. My mouse cursor's not showing up anymore. Is that because... Okay, now it is. But that makes stream laggy. Okay. Yeah, the vent on the head here, not vent, the like antennae on the head here. Actually, let me... Hang on. Give me one moment. I've got an idea that I think I can use to fix it. There we go. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Okay, that should fix it. Okay, yeah, it did. Huh, weird. Now it's not showing the motion of the cursor. I wonder why. Anyway. Yeah, these head vent not vents. I keep saying vents. These head antennae there are definitely a highlight. Of course, the big Gatling gun is definitely quite great. The chest opening up is interesting, but it's overall it's not exactly like my type of design. So I think I'm gonna give it. I think I'll give it C tier at least for now. And this means it's not actually gonna work. Okay, the Sandrock. Sandrock is an interesting one. There's the shoulders I do like, but at the same time they're also a little bit odd. The crest on the top of the head I feel like is done very well. It gives it an almost like Spartan armor-esque look. It's definitely not too over the top, I don't feel. The shield is interesting the way it looks like a snake's head. Interesting doesn't necessarily mean good, but it often could. It's interesting the way that the knees sort of call back to the original RX-78-2, in my opinion. And I do like the way the overall leg shape is like sort of flowing. But Sandrock is going to get C tier as well. There we go. Next. Is the Sandrock made out of rock sand or what? It is not. Stop doing that. Why? I wonder why it's doing that. Okay, let's see. What if I... Okay, doing that is not going to be acceptable. There we go. This is another design that I find very interesting. The curved chest plate is definitely quite unique, as well as the overall shape of the head. I do sort of like the asymmetrical vibe that it has because of the extending arm on this side in the shoulder, and then the thruster on this side. It's also got, once again, it's got very nice flowing lines on the legs. Done very nicely. Another long-range beam weapon. Something of a theme with wingsuits, it seems. Oh, hey, I can zoom out so you guys can see it a little better. The color scheme is very well done. It's mostly the standard red, blue, and white that you'd expect from a Gundam, but not completely. It's definitely, like I said, quite the interesting design, and I think I will give it B. And next is one of my favorite not quite Zaku's. The Leo. It's got a very militaristic feel, like these knees. The knees give it a very nice militaristic feel. The square visor is interesting. I do actually really like this like cockpit hatch thing, so you could it's a very practical thing. I enjoy that a lot. I'm not going to say that. You can't get me to say that so easily. I'm sorry, but that's just not how it is. He would kick Izaku's butt. Well, yeah. But he's of a class of mobile suits that are just like just not quite Zaku's. And also I forgot to turn on my stream BGM. Let me get that real quick. There we go. I do really also like this part here on the ankle. It's very nice. The thighs are also very nice. And I will give him A tier, but below the Wing Gundam. Why is he like that? Let me try. Oh, there, now we're talking. Anyway. The Aquarius. This thing did not appear in the Gundam Wing TV anime. I don't actually remember what it's from. But it's from some Gundam Wing related content, that much is for sure. It's got a much bulkier shape compared to its decidedly older cousin, the Leo. The shoulders especially, the shoulders and thighs especially are much bulkier. I do enjoy the shorter thighs and longer legs. Why is that one actually kind of cool looking? Well, probably because he is. Also, him being red probably helps. It's 3 times faster? Well, of course. I think it actually is 3 times faster than the Leo, by the way. The arms are definitely very far apart from its body because these massive shoulders, which makes sense with these big hip thrusters. I do wonder how much movement these legs can actually have in the bend because of these thrusters. I do really like that head, by the way. The crest looks very nice. And that is going to go, I think, just barely below the Leo, because it's great, but it's not quite the Leo. It doesn't make sense to do this for that. Okay, what was this? I forgot. Wait, no, hang on. Was this even the Aquarius? Hang on 1 second. I'll find this out. Just one moment. Oh, also, how are you guys doing today? You people of the chat. How's your day? Oh wait, no, I was wrong. So this one's the Scorpio. This one is the Aquarius. Today is beautiful. Is that so? Good to know. Anyway, wait, did I just open that again? Yeah. This is the Aquarius. It's definitely got a very interesting, silhouette. With the, like, wing parts, like, radiating outward. The head is very interesting. It looks like a Gundam, even though it's not. It's got the whips. The fact that it has whips as a mass production mobile suit is also interesting. I quite like these feet. And the chest is also very nice. This part of the shoulder is a little odd. But overall, I don't have that much to say about this one, but it looks very nice. And I appreciate the design quite a bit. And it will go... there. Lots of A's so far. Okay, the Gundam Acephalus. This thing turns into a crazy, after colony, high Gog. The shield is an interesting shape. I very much like the head. These, Dio the World looking parts are a bit odd. As are these. That crest I do like quite a bit. The shoulders are like nice and massive and remind me a little bit of the, GPO2, Gundam GPO2 from, Stardust Memory. The lower legs are not that great, but overall, like, I don't like this one that much. It's definitely just an interesting design, especially with this, lance thing. But I think I'll give it B. No, C. Put it right there. Okay. And now, the Death Scythe Hell. I think got a head. It indeed does. So does. So with the Death Scythe Hell, this is the more edgy one. I do very much like the way that the wings work, the way they like close over the front. The ribs are quite nice. Very much enjoy the ribs. The Buster Shield doesn't look quite as much, or it's quite as nice, but sort of more harkens back to the earlier version of the idea for it, which had a larger coffin-shaped shield. The head I don't like quite as much, but the white accents on the head are nice. I think I'll give this A right there. Let's move him down to B for now. Let's move him over here for now. Okay. The Taurus. This design I really like. It's nice and spiky. It's got that nice, Hajime Katoki thigh to shin proportions. It's got a very interesting foot shape, which is because many people who watched the show may have forgotten this, but this thing actually had a transformable mode. When is the Ares? Right over here. Oh, you can't even actually see him. He's before over here at least. It's got the same design philosophy as the Leo. That nice, big central visor. I really like why does the Taurus look cool? Because it does. I very much like how it's like you can still see the design elements that have carried over from the Tallgeese and Leo. but it's got its own thing going, you know? And it's, yeah, it's nice and cool and spiky. Isn't it called, like, Mobile Puppy or something? What? No, it's called a Taurus. And it gets S tier. In fact, I think it gets actually above the Death Scythe. And now, actually, I think I got them mixed up. I think this one's the Gundam Grape. And this one's the Gundam Acepolis. Yeah, it so is. The Acepolis I like a lot more than Grape. It's got a very interesting head, especially the V-fin is quite interesting. This one turns into a really funky Zigok. But it's also got an interesting chest, kind of large for its overall body shape. Not usually my thing, but I like it in this one quite a bit. You can definitely tell that this is still a variant of the Gemini units. These arms I'm liking quite a bit. In fact, this actually reminds me of something you'd see in Gundam Seed Astray. It also has a somewhat, once again, it's got a somewhat GPO2-like vibe to it, but even more so with this one. The red eyes are nice and intimidating. These leg thrusters are very nice, very cute. And overall, this is a very nice looking mobile suit. Great one. It's going to get top of B. Since it was specifically requested. The Ares. A high-speed combat, or aerial combat mobile suit. The line art is kind of in an odd pose. But it's got smallish legs because it's meant for, you know, flying around most of the time. I do quite like this gun. Interesting shape that it's got going on there. The baby. Yes, indeed, the baby. It's got very Tallgeese-like thrusters on the legs here. Very nice looking. The arms are, once again, very similar to that entire design lineage. The head actually reminds me a lot of like a, you know, a dude wearing like a fighter pilot helmet. As well as these big engines in the shoulders are very nice. I appreciate those a lot. And the overall shape of the chest is my favorite thing about this mobile suit. And I will give it A tier, probably above the Leo. And now the Heavy Arms Custom Endless Waltz version, which now is up from 2 Gatling guns to 4. It's got another set of 2 that it holds in the other hand. And it's got a different color scheme. Sometimes it has half a clown mask on. Guys, it's just crazy like that. It's got those nice Hajime Katoki proportions. Very nice. But it still maintains the overall like blocky silhouette of its predecessor. And I gotta say that I'm much more of a fan of this version. But I don't think it's enough for it to make it a C. Not quite. Okay, the Tallgeese, where all mobile suits started in this timeline. I love the Tallgeese. I actually have an original no grade 1144 Tallgeese, but with the chest of the Tallgeese 3, so it's got more mobility and articulation. I absolutely love the thrusters there. Because he actually likes everything to put too much into putting in D tier. I was just thinking that I might have to bump him down to D tier. Because there's got to be something, you know? But the Tallgeese also has an interesting face and head, considering it doesn't. It kind of has the twin Gundam eyes, but it's just barely connected in almost sort of a visor. The Dobrugun is very cool. And I appreciate the design philosophy of these knees, how they're made so that the knee armor protects the knee joint. And once again, you got that bar, nice for you know, actual practical purposes. And I'm going to put him in S, right there, right where he belongs. And now Epion. Epion is definitely a very imposing presence with its large, like cheek fins, large wings, and its whip, as well as its overall very spiky, draconian appearance. I am getting very tired all of a sudden. Drinking this energy drink is not helping. This is also my first Master Grade Gunpla. Was the Endless Waltz version of this. And, but the, small shield I very much like for this design. It has a noticeable lack of any melee weapons. And of course, it goes in S tier, as you would expect me to put it. The Maganak. This is actually one of my more favorite designs. I'm not sure if you classify that as a giant mono eye or a somewhat small visor. But either way, it's cool. It's got an interesting joint system going on here. The way that the armor is placed, these armor plates are placed, gives a nice, good vibe to it. I also really like the hand design, or the foot design. I will put it in A. And now the oh, it's doing that again, or is it? Yes. It's probably doing that because my images are rather large. The Virgo. With shield defensors and a large cannon. You can definitely see the Tallgeese design lineage on this thing. It's got the visor there. It's got the thigh thrusters there, as well as the much of the overall structure of the Tallgeese. This was a very imposing enemy to fight in any game that it appears in. And I will put it in C, but at the top of C. Or should I put it in B then? Yeah, probably the bottom of B then. Okay, wait, this one was the, Gundam Grape. Anyway, the, Gundam Grape, which is based on the, Geminus Unit 2. It's got very nice wings going on, kind of like the, Decisive Hell. The legs have an almost stray-like, flowingness to them. Especially when combined with these thrusters here. I love the proportions of this one, especially, and it's got a nice pointy chest. I'll be putting that one in. there. Decently high, but it can't compete with the Cephalus. Okay, the Sandrock Kai Endless Waltz version. This one I feel like it kind of, as clean as the design is, I feel like some things like the shoulders and the head crest it kind of overdoes. As well as the fact that it doesn't really exactly bring anything new to the table. I do like the legs, but that's not enough to save it from C tier. But the top is C tier at least. And now the Mercurius. This is another one where you can definitely see the Tallgeese inspiration. Especially these thrusters there, the visor there in the head, the overall arm structure and the leg structure and foot structure. Definitely a lot of Tallgeese vibes there, but with Planet Defensors now. And also a nice red color scheme. The vents here are very interesting. Very unique. And it does also have that cockpit hatch bar, which is very nice. And I'll put it in bottom of A tier, I think. Okay, next is the V8, the brother unit to the Mercurius, which had a large cannon instead of the Planet Defensors. Mostly it's, the same thing here, except, it's got the large cannon and this part is a large generator. I do actually prefer the large cannon as far as aesthetics go. I think it looks great on it. So I'll put it just above the Mercurius. Okay. Nope, that's not gonna work. I am yawning a lot. Okay, the Ultron. The second Dragon Claw, I feel that does add a lot to this design. The knees are also a very interesting design element. I really like the color that it has, and the you can't really see it, but the dragon head that's a beam gun in the back. I do like this a bit better than the original Ultron, or the original Shenlong. And I did feel that it was different enough to deserve its own spot, instead of just being counted as being similar to the other one, like the Sandrock with the Sandrock Kai and the Heavy Arms to the Heavy Arms Custom. Okay, the Gundam Nataku, the Endless Waltz version of the Ultron. So, as much as I do love these Dragon Arm design, I feel like it loses some of the charm that the original had. The chest is mostly the same, which is interesting. Don't like them. Well, I know you don't. The legs are very nice. And the head is very nice. I think I probably like it just a tiny bit more than the original. But not as much as the original Ultron. Okay, the Hydra Gundam, which kind of sort of turns into the Zeong. I actually very much love this design. The spikes on the feet are neat. The gun here is very neat. I'm a big fan of the way that in mecha sometimes the elbows extend past the forearms. That's always great to see. The head is very interesting. and the overall shape of the body is also very interesting, with all these thrusters and stuff. And he will get a high B tier, I think. Okay, Gundam Death Scythe Hell Endless Waltz. I actually used to like the normal Death Scythe Hell more, but I think I do like the Endless Waltz more now. Very much love the arms here, and making it gray instead of white was an interesting choice. But this part of white does really stand out in a nice way, and it sort of brings the whole design together. The red is also a very nice touch, and the knees here are great. Definitely a good choice to go with the same V-fin though. I'll put it just barely above the original Death Scythe. Endless Balls, great. Or Balls, you said. And the Wing Zero. Not very well represented by its fan art here. Not fan art, wow, it's line art here. But, using that to remind myself what it actually looks like. The Twin Bus Rifle is one of the coolest weapons ever. It just is. That's just how it is. You have to accept it. I really like the covers from the machine cannons here. It's very nice. The head is also quite nice. My biggest complaint with this one... That is my notification sound, which is Haro. Fitting considering it's a Gundam stream. Honestly, my biggest complaint with this one is just that the colors overall feel a little bit toyish, especially when this is changed to the same color as the V-fin and this, which it normally is. But I do very much like how the wings open up, and also how the shoulders open up to allow the usage of this thruster. That's very nice. I'll put the Wing Zero right in front of its younger brother. Or the right behind, I mean. Is it really Haro? Is it really? Yes. Okay, the Gundam Geminos Unit 2 ground equipment type. This feels very GPO2 inspired. I quite like it though. I'm not exactly sure what this weapon is here. I think it is a cannon, but I am not sure. It could also be missiles. But it's overall got the same shape and outline in many parts of it as the normal Geminos Gundam. But this big cannon is very nice, and the big feet are great. So I will put it 2B. I mean, B tier. Okay, this thing, I sometimes forget it existed. But it is the Trago. It will actually show up. Okay, let's see. Nice. It is, of course, Gun Tank Gaming. No, I'm kidding. But it's got the nice square Leo-type visor. Very nice. It is based on Leo, after all. As well as the arms you'd expect. Apparently, it can ditch the hover unit. But the pointy chest is also nice. The way that the head sort of like flows with the body is nice as well. Overall, I really like the design, especially considering it's a sort of like tank. There you go, team. Next is the Gundam Geminos 1. Let me put him down here for now, because I should. Yes, the Gundam Geminos 01. I absolutely love this design, especially the beam rifle. That's one of my favorite beam rifle designs. The head design is also very, very great. Gundam Gun Tank, yes. Gun Tank Gaming. The knees are very interesting, and I like them quite a bit. The shield is just sort of eh. But also notice that the arms extend past the elbow, which of course is great. The shoulders are also very interesting. It's nice how it keeps the stereotypical Gundam vibe while also being very unique and different. And that actually is going to get S tier. Right there. Why isn't it ugly? Why should it be ugly? But now, the Leo R. It uses a beam lance and has very much more thin portions as well as long hair. I'm a big fan of the visor and also these pads on the shoulders. It's got very Tallgeese-like leg thrusters there. Nobel Gundam. It is similar to the Nobel Gundam. It's the Nobel Gundam and the not the Arch-Arch, that one variant of the Arch-Arch, I forgot what it's called, and the Nobel Gundam and the Leo all had a baby together. You get this thing, the Leo R. I like it quite a bit. I think I like it just a bit less than the original Leo, though. And then the Tallgeese 3. Very big fan of that visor there. Overall, the question is, do I like it better than the original Tallgeese? And I am not sure. I have very fond memories of both. The overall white color scheme is very nice for this one as well. And the shield is very interesting. But I think I'll put it just below Tallgeese. The next is the Leo N. Definitely a very thick, chunky boy. It's got more armor here. It's got more armor on the waist. More armor on the head. More armor on the legs. It's got more armor like everywhere. And it's green, and it shares that once again the like cockpit hatch bar. Very nice. This is definitely my least favorite of the customized Leos. In fact, I don't really like that one at all. And I'm going to put it right there. I will actually be right back because I need to go grab something. But it's only going to take a moment, so I won't even bother to meet myself. Okay, I am back. I was grabbing a cherry Dr. Pepper can that I'd put in the freezer because if I didn't grab it, it would have exploded. Dr. Pepper is so real. Okay, next is the Serpent. So I love the Serpent. I adore it. It's got the nice twin Gatling gun. It's got the Leo-like visor. It's got somewhat Leo-like arms, and it's clearly a distant derivative of the Leo, and it does that very well. It's got a lot of the same design philosophies, but then it ends up still being very different and wholly its own. And I love the design quite a bit. Why Not Let It Explode would have been so cool, except that it actually would have it wouldn't have been like a cool explosion with fire, it would have been just like a lame explosion that makes me have to clean up soda from the inside of the refrigerator. So, I don't think that would have been very cool. The red vents as the splash color there is very nice. I'm going to put this in S tier, like there. There, actually. No, there. But I think I should put the death scythes down here. And the Mercurius and V8 down here. And probably put him down into D. And him down into C. Yeah, that works. Okay. The Leo S. This is by far my favorite of the special Leos. It's got a cape. What's cooler than a mecha with a cape? Nice green visor. Gold inlay. It's got nice big shoulders. That's always good. The thinner legs, I very much enjoy. A little bit of Tallgeese influence there with that back skirt armor. And then the nice big crest. Gotta love it. And of course, it's got a big sword. A mecha with 2 capes. I don't think that would be very cool. But, if you think that would be cooler, then you do you, but the Leo S has 1 cape, and I think that's cooler. The knee armor is also great. This is like if a Leo was made for specifically me. And reflecting that, it goes in S. Bottom of S, but S nonetheless. Okay, come on. The Gundam Lobster. I wonder why is it doing that? What about 5 capes? You know what? Go wild with it, sure, why not? So the Gundam LO booster. This is another really great one. It adds a little bit to the head of the Geminos. This little bit added to the knees I really like. Yeah, the Gundam LO booster, although I like to call it Gundam Lobster. Mostly it just adds the beam cannons and big thrusters and a mobile armor mode. Lobster is a G Gundam name. Well, it's not actually called Lobster, it's called LO Booster. It's just that LO Booster sort of looks like Lobster. And this kind of looks like a lobster, so I like to call it Gundam Lobster. But yeah, if it was actually called Lobster, then it would be a G Gundam name. But because of that, there's not much to say about it, other than I like it better than the original. Actually, I should probably put him down there. Don't want there to be too many S. Okay. This was originally going to be where it ended off before I decided to remember about a few that I forgot about. Come on. Okay. The Wing Zero Endless Waltz. I really love those shoulder parts. And the big feathery wings are great. I actually did not like them very much at first, but they've very much grown on me. The white hands I also quite like, even though the rest of the inner frame isn't white. So you expect they wouldn't be white either, but they are. So that's great. Compared to the TV version, the color scheme feels a lot less kiddish. And I like once again the way that the legs like kind of flow. They got a very flowy vibe to them. I've got to get my hands on the 1/100 scale high grade to use as a Christmas tree topper, because, you know, a Christmas tree's got to have an angel. Hello. Hello, 6-month-old baby Rhino / Robot V / Propertus Jr. / any of the others. His face is great, too. I have this real grade. The machine cannons look very nice. I'm not sure how I feel about this stripe of red there, but that's such a minor nitpick. It doesn't even matter at all. It's also key to one of the most recognizable and badass parts of the entire Gundam franchise, so that definitely gives him a bit of a boost. To the top of A tier. 7, oh yeah, 7-month-old baby rhino, whatever. Made the mistake of thinking I care. Okay, now I've only got the frozen teardrop ones left. Starting with the Gundam's Snow White. This is an image of the Snow White prelude, but I couldn't find a good image of the Snow White without just like a big cloak covering it. The design is essentially you take the wings area and the swallows and then add even more stuff. You age, well age, don't be discriminate. Fine. Let me react with this. As a result, oh, I can't. Shit, fuck. When I do that, it tells me to log in, then I gotta like close the chat. Stop that. I gotta like close the chat and then open it again. Okay, we're back. We're so back. Anyway, because of that, like, the design, oh, and the not prelude version is also completely white, we know that much. But the Snow White just feels a little bit uninspired compared to the original, so I'll put it there. And that's kind of a bit how I'm feeling with, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, so bear with me, but, Gundam, Shazerahead, which is, essentially the Frozen Teardrop version of the Sandrock. It feels a little bit uninspired. And I also am not a big fan of that head. It's a little odd, if you ask me. I am really not a fan. And, in fact, this is going to go in D tier. Which means I can put him up there. And now, the Gundam Prometheus. I've gotta say, that, like, cross that he has is very cool. Because it's got just, like, so many machine guns, and the entire thing just opens up into so many missiles all over him. It's very cool to me, and I very much like the proportions. This part looks cooler than the original Heavy Arms to me. So I will put it there, or I'll put it there. And then the Gundam Warlock. I actually couldn't find a good image of the Gundam Warlock, also without a big cloak on him. So this is actually a customized master grade build that somebody did. I don't remember who the builder's name was. I am sorry, but it was on Gundam Kits Collection. Maybe you search up Gundam Warlock and go to images, you'll find it pretty fast. But for those who do not know, it has not one but 2 beam sights. So that's very cool, and I actually really like the Warlock design. I feel like it does successfully take pretty much everything that the original had, and it kind of like works on it and makes it better. So I will put it just above the original. There. Actually, perhaps even above that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. What do we think? Are we happy with this list? How do you guys feel about it in the chat? You're so unhappy about it. Good. That's good. I don't think that deserves me nearly as high. Probably more like there or there. There you go. It's kind of a lot in A. Yeah, that kind of makes sense though, but I'll move, actually I'll put him there, and then I'll move him down to there. There, that's better. I should perhaps actually move him back to D, and him back to C. Why do I not have them in the right spots? Well, because I do have them in the right spots. I have this magical feature about myself where I'm not you, and I just realized even though I have nothing against Sandrock, I put all of his forms really low. Let me at least put him like there. Yeah, that's better. This one also actually like there. Yeah, there we go. There is not okay. Well, I'm slightly sorry you feel that way, but not really. Actually, I might like the Gundam LO booster the most out of all of these. Let's see. Is this looking nice now? I do believe that it is. Yeah, so that'll be the end of this list, which means it's the end of the stream. Let me find my tomorrow's my schedule for this week, so I can tell you tomorrow's stream. Either way, it's gonna be on Twitch rather than YouTube as usual. It is a karaoke stream that I forgot to practice songs for. Yay! Hello, you think it looks good? Okay, that's good. Oops. So yeah, that'll be great. Look forward to it. I mean, it's a karaoke stream, so it's gotta be. Rockford, if you're either lurking or watching later, I should be able to do Here's to You. So that's good. But yeah, thanks for watching. This was a fun stream, even if I did almost pass out once or twice. I don't know why I got so tired. I don't feel that tired now, but yeah, it was still fun. Tierlist streams are always great. Next Tierlist stream is going to be, I believe, the After War. So yeah, it's gonna be the Gundam X suits. So it should be shorter than this. I honestly probably could have put Wing and X into the same tier list, but I'm glad I didn't. I would be dead right now. But yeah, thanks for watching. It'd mean a lot to me if you enjoyed it. Like and consider subscribing even if you would like to see more similar content. I also upload YouTube Shorts daily. And I will see you guys later. Good day.